In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Doing a thing for the podcast.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends Podcast. That's good, OJ.
Orange Julius.
Orange whip. Orange whip. Orange whip.
3 orange whips.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Had a Dole Whip in Florida.
I made an orange whip reference to somebody, and they were literally like, "What the fuck did you just say?" And I was
You
like,
can't be friends with that person.
You're done.
No.
Get
Yeah.
the fuck out.
Mm-mm.
Yep. You're excommunicated from my life.
Yep.
Yeah. If you don't understand that, fuck you. Yeah.
If we just made that joke on the show and you don't understand it, unsubscribe.
Yeah. We don't want you here.
Yeah.
Fucking get your life
Well,
together.
don't unsubscribe. Just stop listening.
Just
No,
get your life
unsubscribe.
together.
I don't even
and
want
come
your
back.
fucking. I don't even want
Yeah.
your subscription.
Get your life
fuck
together
off.
and come back when you squared yourself away.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Figure the
Oh, we
fuck
talking
out, is
comeback
what I
stories?
said.
Comeback stories?
Like Kim Kardashian
Yeah, she got cum on her back.
in the movie, right?
That's my favorite outtake.
I fucking love it.
God, dude, those outtakes of fucking Parks and Rec, Chris Pratt just being fucking stupid
Also, like
are
when he
so fucking funny.
when he breaks the fucking set, that fucking
Yeah.
he's like, "I think I broke it."
That's not something props can fix.
Did you guys see that Kanye did a interview today with Piers Morgan?
No.
Oh, it's fucking.
What do two
I was
racists
watching
talk
it-
about?
I was watching it live
Fucking-
for like 10 minutes, and I was just like, "Oh, Jesus!"
They talk about hood size. Like how big you cut the eye holes in the sheets. Like what are they?
Piers Morgan's
They
like,
still can't
I
see
can't
shit
see
out of
fucking shit out of this thing.
Have y'all seen?
He's all like, "Have you tried my hoodies? They fucking have the holes just built in. Like, it fucking,
have
you
y'all
can get them
seen
at the Gap."
Kanye's new merch?
Yeah.
Yeah,
His
homie
new-
made swastika merch.
Yeah,
No.
straight up.
Yes.
It-
I'll shoot
his
y'all a
new-
picture.
So he's made a new logo for himself. That's the YE because now he's just Yay.
Yeah.
But the way he formatted, it's like, oh my god! And I'm not gonna lie. I hope this is just some master troll that has pulled this off.
I don't know.
The problem
man.
is based on what he has said recently.
What the fuck, Kanye?
Yeah.
he's really committed to this bit. If it is a troll,
Yeah, I don't think making an even pointier swastika is like you can kind of get away with it.
he like took the swastika and was like, "We'll just add like 2 more pieces right here, and
Well, it
it'll be fine."
says yay,
sure,
and then it says what I would call 24.
sure, we'll go with that.
But what the fuck, man?
That is, yeah,
Like, yeah.
That
Oh,
looks-
I'm looking at it.
yeah. That looks an awful lot like
Yeah.
he's throwing 45-degree high fives.
Looking for his friend Kyle.
Have
Have you seen him? Have you seen Kyle? He's like this tall.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. What the fuck,
What
man?
do you say when you try to get his attention? You what to him? You
say-
hail him?
Just hail him down. I hailed a cab.
Just don't.
Nope, no. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Don't do the other guy, please.
We even have lines here.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Jesus Christ.
See, Kanye, that's how you don't make shit worse.
Yeah.
You just let it stop.
You just shut the fuck up. That's all you have to do, man.
How does this work? I looked up Yay Apparel, and then a sponsored post is literally a see-through shirt.
But also tracks. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
Here you go, buddy. There
two
you go.
see-through shirts actually in the same.
There's Ye's new symbol.
Wow.
yeah. How does half of you feel right now?
I mean,
Anybody? No. All right.
Yeah.
half of me is upset. The other half of me is like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's his new logo.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Just leaning in on it, man. Just leaning.
On the bright side, he's just making the stupid like front and center. There's no hiding anything. He's just
You
real
can't
up front.
use
Now, what I will
Kanye
give
West
him
and
is that
Bright
he
in the
has
same
figured
sentence.
Now, the reason I'm saying that this is one, I recognize this image, and I know it's a stock image that you can mount graphics on, and it will image map and then mount your logo.
I bet you those fucking models are not fucking
They're not
stoked about
happy.
it now.
And the other thing is that there's yet to be anything actually officially posted by Kanye or his camp or anything that's the new merch line. It's always been this was leaked or it's some other thing that's come out and da 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 da. There's yet to be an official post from like his actual camp. And that's why I'm saying like, okay, like he's a fucking oxygen thief, but even this has to be a little too far. Like
Yeah.
he just, I mean, because it's a swastika with an extra line.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like, it can't be. It can't. And who's agreeing to print this shit?
Probably someone in China that just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck it.
But like I said, I've yet to see an official post. I recognize that
Yeah.
image as a stock image that you can just map stuff onto a
Who was
black long
who
sleeve
was
shirt.
the first people we did merch through?
No,
Teespring.
yeah, but
Teespring's printing those.
the other thing is that I hate to tell you this, but Kanye's also never put out just like a regular ass garment. And that is just like a black long sleeve t-shirt. And he's never put it on anything that was just branded. Like all of his shit's got to be like, it's
So
got 17 angles in it.
so you're
We
saying-
figured out how to make shirts that don't follow Euclidean architecture.
So you don't think that it's him because it's too basic, essentially.
So the garment design doesn't line up with the rest of the way he designs his shit. And he hasn't actually done it. And if we've known anything about how Kanye does his shit, he doesn't let some other anything put out his shit. Like it's always directly from him. Like here's
Sure.
the new drop, here's the new design, here's whatever. And all of the names on everything that this is pushing out, it's like it's all weird bullshit. It's like, so I at this point I'm actually leaning it's a troll job. Now if he comes out and he's like, yep, that's it. Da-da-da-da-da, and you can buy it at fucking I'mAnIdiot.com, then
I think it's ye24.com.
what the fuck ever. But same thing. Pretty sure one just actually pilots to the other.
I call it ye. I call him ye, by the way. I will not call him yay. Because it's an E.
Sure.
And the word is ye.
Well, his name's
Ye.
Kanye. It's not Kanye.
No. But
You do you.
right?
But if not, and this is a troll, they figured out a great way to give him a whole lot more attention for doing nothing.
True.
Because we're all fucking sitting here talking about it.
True.
So
You know what else we're talking about? It's Friday.
it is Friday.
And we're in like a kind of a flying V formation that's prime for the circle jerk. Johnny boy.
And we're talking about anti-Semitism. So what are we about to do, Johnny?
We're about to masturbate.
You goddamn right. It's time. It's Freedom Friends Master Debate time. Solving those world's problems that we made up. One problem that we made up at a time with mediocre ideas and thoughts. I'm Mikey. This is Dave. We got Jazz and John over here. Fuck boys. Let's get into it. What do you got for us, Justin?
All right, boys.
All right,
boys.
I want to know, in y'all's opinion, when is pursuing money and fame become a problem?
We were just talking about Kanye.
It's a solid example.
Right? Like, fuck. I don't think you can get a better example. Fuck.
It's true.
No, I think that's a good example. I'll lead off on this.
Okay.
When it becomes detrimental to somebody else, I think it's a problem. Now, don't get that twisted with like, yeah, but you making something that people have to spend money on that maybe they don't necessarily have. You are in control of your fucking capital. Like,
Yeah.
if you can't look at something and be like, I can't afford that. Prime example, if you're going to go buy a fucking hoodie and it's got 4 easy payments of $14.95 because you don't have the $60 for the fucking hoodie, you probably don't need the goddamn hoodie. All right.
30% interest.
Yeah. Just fucking calm your tits. You probably don't fucking need it. So,
Or buy it 4 months from now.
well, John and I both own companies that literally sell luxury items. We don't sell anything that is necessary to life. If you were deciding to put your money into our businesses, I assume that you are understanding that you are spending extra income on that item.
Yeah.
So you can't go like, well, that's just economy.
You and
okay?
I also own a business that is absolutely detrimental to life. And you can go to redactedsupply.com. Freedom Friends, big old button of merch.
Also true. But again, it's a luxury item, right? Like nobody needs what that site sells.
Everybody needs a Wagner Loves the Cock shirt. I have spoken. Fucking
I'd like to see a lot more "Make Napalm Sticky Again" shirts in the wild. Like that would make me happy.
the Flash Gordon rip off is my favorite,
But,
far and away.
But
It's classy. It's understated. I
but-
love that shirt.
But things like creating emblematic stuff or whatever that is only designed to disparage, destroy, or reduce the life quality of somebody else, I don't give a fuck what it's profitable. It's what, no, you don't get to do that. That's not part of fame or profit. And you can hate all the billionaires all you fucking want to, but it's like, why do you actually dislike Bezos? Is it just because he's accomplished what you're too lazy to do? Or is it because he's actually done something to you?
Yeah.
Because I've yet to meet anybody that's just banned Amazon. It's just like, nope, I spend no money there. It's like, fuck you. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because those same people that'll tell you that, like, I fucking hate Bezos. Oh, yeah? What'd you think of the Lord of the Rings show? Oh, man, I fucking really liked it. Well, guess where the $1 billion worth of fucking production money came from?
Yep.
Like, it's from same dude. Like, not he and we're not even saying like, well, he wasn't involved with it. Yeah, he was. He
Yeah.
absolutely was. There's actually a quote from him saying that his kids told him, "Don't fuck it up,"
Yeah.
and he was directly involved with cutting that deal.
True.
So, but when it comes down to if you are actually destroying the life quality of somebody else in pursuit of your fame or your profit, that you've really got to take a hard look at that. There's an ethics when it comes to and I'm all about go for it on whatever channel you want to get to. If it's OnlyFans or if it's fucking you create some huge YouTube channel or you create this business that just becomes so in demand it makes fucking just stacks of fucking cash or whatever, I'm about it. But you don't get to destroy other people to be able to do it. It's fucked. There's some ethics that have to come into play.
Sure. But what really is the definition of ethics, right? Ethics change from person to person because definition of ethics at its core is what you think is right and wrong, right? Unfortunately, there's greedy fucking cunts out there, right? Who are more than willing to step on people to fucking move on up, right? You and I know one specifically who we've watched fucking do it, you know, like who's a well-known person who fucking has stepped on the little guy, right? Unfortunately, it fucking happens, you know, and it's fucked up. And I agree with you. I think that's when the problem begins.
Yeah, and I'm not saying,
but there's an inner drive.
I'm not saying that it doesn't exist
as well. Sure.
And there's people that have made stacks of cash off of being that fucking dude.
Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, you know, and
Yeah.
it does exist. I'm just saying, personally, that's where I would draw it. Like you can't just bleed somebody else out so that you get to use them as a stepping stone to somewhere else. Like that's, you know, we were just talking about that logo thing and all this anti-Semitism and whatever. You can't. Okay. You shouldn't. I can't say you can't because there's going to be people that will buy the shit, but you shouldn't decide, hey, my next big profit margin is from taking this entire fucking community of people and just shitting all over their chest so that I make a little bit more money.
Yeah.
Like that's what the fuck.
It's a dick move.
It's a dick move. And the real question is like, is it a dick move that they did it or is it a dick move that you're willing to give them money for it?
I think you just described politics to a T.
Yeah, but I've said on this show a million times, I don't give a fuck if it's left, right, or center. If you are a politician, especially if you are a career politician, I assume that you are a lying, blood-sucking piece of shit.
100%.
I've yet to meet one of you that's worth a damn. I haven't. And I've met them up and down the levels from city council to big federal. Like I've met you. You're all awful. All of you. Right. School board members. You're horrible people. Like you're just, all of you fucking suck. You're all awful.
Heads of HOA.
Same thing, right? That's like micro politics. You're awful people.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is. You've either like never gotten a blowjob or fuck. And I don't know what it is, but something came along that you just decided, I am such a miserable cunt of a human that I must inflict it upon others.
The head of my HOA, her name is Karen.
Yeah. See? So, but that's
Mine
where
probably is.
that's
But
where I
mine
draw the line.
legitimately is.
And I will tell you right now,
Mine might be. I fucking hate my HOA.
I love money. I love it. I am such a fan.
It's very nice.
A huge fan of cash. Love it. but I will not watch other people burn to gain it.
Now, would you say that you're greedy? Or
Lustful.
that you just love
I'm not
money?
greedy. I'm lustful.
You're lustful towards money.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, me too. I like it.
It's not, and it's
Whoever
not,
said, dude, money buys happiness. I don't give a fuck what.
and it's
people
not that I'm
say.
lustful
Like,
towards money. I'm lustful towards what having money allows me to do.
Yeah,
So, you know,
and on the bare minimum, it's peace of mind. It's less stress.
literally this
pe-
past Christmas, I had, not that you are my best friend. You have kids. It was Christmas.
Sure.
It's understandable. You know, you have an open invite at my home.
Yeah.
I also understand that you have 2 kids and a wife on Christmas.
Yeah.
Right. I had 15 friends in my house on Christmas.
Sure.
I provided all the food, most of the booze. People brought stuff or whatever, but I didn't
And
ask
you
if
even had like an open thing that said,
don't bring
me
gifts.
fucking gifts.
If you're going to bring bottles or whatever, that's fine. But it wasn't like, by the way, there's a $10 door charge or whatever. It was like, but having money allows me to do things like that.
Sure.
That's what I'm lustful for. I am lustful for being able to live the type of life I want to live because I'm willing to chase profit.
Yeah. I think people confuse wealth with materialistic things and zeros in their bank accounts, because you don't have to make $5 million a year to be wealthy.
Truth.
Like, obviously it helps, but if you can provide experiences, if you can provide, like you just said, Christmas, you provide a day that brings you joy, and it costs you a little bit of money, but there was no materialistic things. There wasn't anything that was there for you to like be like, I am happy about this thing.
Right. It's not like everybody showed up and I handed everybody a watch.
No.
Like it was, hey, we're
No.
all going to get together. We're going to have some drinks. We're going to tell stories. We're
I
going to
would
have a
have been
good time.
offended had you handed watches out.
That's because you can't come.
I would have texted you immediately and be like,
With a picture of
What's
it, be
up,
like,
bro? Look what time it is.
I've been like, hey, I'll be back in about half hour, 40 minutes. I just gotta go get a watch real quick. Jess handed out door prizes and I'm in.
I would say there's a difference also in being lustful for money and being able to put in the work and build something to then make money. I think it's a problem when you're lustful and you're like, I'm lustful, just give it to me.
Well, what's the
No,
motivation to
there's-
make
no,
money?
But that's the difference between lustful and covetous.
Yeah.
So lustful means that you will put in the effort to get what you're after. Covetous is when you look at somebody and be like, fuck you because you have it and I don't.
Yeah, that's the
difference.
I wanna take
that's
that.
that's the oh, it must be nice people.
Yep.
It must be nice that you can do this.
I
It
love
must be
that.
nice that you have that. Well, sorry, motherfucker. I worked my dick off for this.
It's my favorite. Like, oh, it must be nice. I'm like, it is.
It's
very nice, actually.
It's really nice.
Yeah. Very,
That's
very
why I
nice.
still do it.
I have
Yeah.
heard
Yeah.
people say that to people like John and Dave and stuff like, it's like, must be nice that you can go get to do this. And I'm like, you know, when I met John, he was living in a fucking trailer behind a lease for this place when they were operating on a fucking hope and a prayer.
But
it was like,
he didn't.
we're
it's not
going
like
to
it
lease this fucking building and I hope to God we can pay rent next month.
It,
But like,
it didn't even have
was
like trailer hookups. Like he had to run inside to take a shit.
Yeah.
Like, fucking, you were showering at the gym.
No,
Like-
we eventually got we got the camper plumbed into the septic.
Oh, good.
But for about a week or two, yeah. But I was still, I mean, I laundromat. I had a little $20 electric fucking burner that I cooked on the bar that we used to use as a podcast. That was my kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a fucking propane grill. I didn't even have a propane grill. I had one of the little tiny Weber charcoal ones that's
Yep.
only like this high off
Oh
the
no,
ground.
I saw it all. Like that's when I first met you. That's when
Yeah.
we were first hanging out.
Yep.
And it was like, I mean, and that's the difference is that, and I knew I was going to get along with John because he was lustful for a lifestyle.
Well, I
it
knew what I
wasn't-
wanted.
But it wasn't you looking at other people that had stuff and being like, fucking must be nice that he can do that or whatever. It was like,
Well, I knew the work they had to put
That's
in to
fucking
get there.
awesome. and so, it was 60, 70, 80 hour work weeks. It was
Yeah.
willing to live in an RV where you knew nobody on the hope and the belief that your hard work was going to deliver something.
No.
That's being lustful. And it comes down to, we'll take it back to what everybody assumes lust is, right? Which is the sexual desire of something. But if you want to bag whoever, that still takes fucking work. You've got to go in and you've got to know what to say and what to do and how to open those doors and open the opportunity to be able to have it. And that's what I'm saying is that, yes, I am lustful for success because I know what the payoff is for putting in the effort. But I don't want handouts. I don't want any of that because it's going to reduce, to be honest with you, the fucking climax of the work.
Now, would that be like a work hard, play hard type of thing? Would that be considered an easy way to dumb down the verb of being lustful?
Yeah, but I think most of the ones that are willing to work hard understand that the play hard also comes with a temperance. So you can look at it and go, I work hard so that I can enjoy what I want, but I also know when to go like, could I? Yes. But am I willing to give up this short-term reward now because I know what it'll get me down the road?
Yeah.
And you see so many people that are like, I busted my ass for 2 weeks. I got my paycheck. I blew it. And now I'm living on ramen because I played hard for a weekend.
Yeah.
And, you're still rocking your 700 square foot apartment and
I've been there.
got nothing. And it's like,
I've definitely been there.
And it comes down to where are you willing to make that sacrifice? Like, what are you willing to give up? And are you so worried about impressing those around you that you're never going to impress yourself? Or are you going to actually find the ability to get to the point where you're comfortable enough for what you're lustful for?
There's the word.
Yeah.
I was waiting. That was my next thing I was going to talk about is comfort. The human brain is programmed to find comfort.
Yep.
It doesn't like change. It likes comfort. It
Yeah.
likes the things it knows. And a lot of things with business and starting something and building something is that comfort level. There's no comfort. And if you search for comfort, there's no growth.
Yep.
Because you're going back to something that it was there that, like, oh, I know this. I'm comfortable
Hence
here.
the term comfort zone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we knew it in the military as complacency kills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing. So if you get to the point where you're like, we're good enough. I mean, stagnant water always goes sour. Like it just is what it is. And so when you find that if you're willing to stay comfortable, you need to stop lusting. You need to be cool with right where the fuck you are. Like you need to stop looking at stuff and be like, man, sure would be nice. If you're ever saying that, you're fucking done. You need to look at where you've got, and that's the bubble you're operating in. You're never going to just all of a sudden wake up and be like, oh, fuck, they quadrupled my salary and now I can do it. That's not going to happen. It's just not.
Yeah.
So if you're ever saying this, it sure would be nice.
You better be content.
Yeah.
You better be cool with where you're at.
Yeah.
Now, I will give people shit saying must be nice.
Oh, yeah. As like a
full
colloquialism, sure.
Full knowing the amount of fucking work that was put in for that person to get to whatever they're at.
You said that shit to me before. And I'm like,
I've said it to Barker. I probably said it to you. like, yeah, it must be fucking nice.
Yeah.
But it's straight up sarcasm.
absolutely.
Because it's like, I know the fucking level of shit that was put in to get to that point. Oh, Jesus.
Playing with your nanner.
I knocked over the nanner.
No, Scott and I have had that conversation a couple of times, where he's like, he'll look at me and he's got that look where he's like, he wants to say something. He's trying to put the right sequence of words together.
Yeah, thoughts into words.
And he'll look at me, he's like, I don't have enough stress.
Yeah.
I need some more stress.
Yeah.
Because and that's what he's afraid of. He's afraid of getting comfortable because comfort, as you said, comfort kills.
Comfort kills.
Comfort shuts you down right there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well, it's like when Scott asked me to come down here. I took myself completely out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Gave up independence to come down here to where I knew 3-4 people tops.
Yeah.
And
Hey, I kind of knew you.
that's why I said 3-4 people tops.
I'm like the half.
Yeah.
It was. We were like a long distance Tinder date.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I brought you things, you gave me money. It's we're still
Definitely a Tinder date.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a Craigslist date.
We're doing anything. I'm
our
kicking it
secrets.
old school and it's back page.
Don't be telling our secrets now. But the thing is, like,
Hotornot.com.
I had some experience with Warfighter. I knew the potential of the company. I knew the things that Scott and John had done since they came down here. I knew that I wanted to be a part of that, and I knew that we were all going to have to work our asses off. And we have all worked our asses off. I can stand up and turn around, and you can see there's no ass back here. But at the end of the day,
You walk on your toes too.
no.
No, but I can confirm naked, he looks like a sheet of drywall.
Yeah.
Like, it's just,
I stand sideways and stick my tongue out. I look like a zipper.
there's a reason that he comes early to Christmas, okay? Like, it's just a.
CUM.
Yeah. Twice.
I've given Scott shit and did the must be nice fucking thing before. I remember one time I was talking him out of buying a boat, and I'm like, Scott, you don't need a boat. He's like, yeah, but I can have one, and I'm like, you don't need that. Like, stop doing that. And he's like. And he was like, I'm torn between the boat and this new camper, and it's fucking massive, double the size of my new one. And I'm like, you don't need either of these, man. You're like,
Which one did he get?
he went with a camper.
But it wasn't the one that he wanted.
No.
Oh, probably not.
Not even close.
Well,
Yeah, but
don't get me wrong. We've all done that. We've
But
all
he
been
also
like,
leverages that camper.
oh, sure.
Yeah.
But,
So, like, that camper, he gets to use it when he wants it, and it doesn't cost him anything.
yeah,
Yeah.
very true.
Yep.
Very, very true. It's an asset.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But what are the? But
But I've never seen a boat asset. That's not a thing.
That is a
Like those-
hole in the water you pour money into.
Yeah.
That
That's
is
what a
the
boat
number
is.
one way to get audited.
Yeah, like I do not.
No, I use this to make money. Oh, really?
Yeah. I do not want a boat, but I
No.
want a friend with one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt,
So maybe I'm fucking up by talking him out of it.
No. Because I think another one of our mutual friends might be getting a boat soon.
I
No,
just had a
well,
conversation with him about that, and I don't know if he's going to.
God damn it!
Yeah,
His-
I know who you're talking about, and we just talked about it.
Because I talked about it with him too, and he said it was on.
No,
I was given a heads up that
when
there
did-
might be one parked in the back lot by the end of the holiday season. So I was
Yeah.
like, cool.
Then his second meeting went way different than his
Oh,
first
see, I
one
didn't
because
hear
he
about that.
he went and
Okay.
had a meeting with them, and apparently it was like, yeah, no, it's great. It's only going to cost you an extra 12 G's, and he was like, well,
Fuck
fucking
you.
excuse me, like. I was like, damn, that thing's already fucking costing you money, and
Do
you
you
don't
know-
even launch the bitch.
You don't
Like,
even have it yet.
Do you know how he told me that he was getting one? He's like, yeah, I'm buying this boat. Don't worry, I ordered the one with the canopy, so you that are scared of the sun, you can come out with me. And I was like, thanks, man. Like he took my fucking pale Irish ass into consideration when purchasing his boat.
I love his concern for his friends, right?
Dude, such
So-
a fucking good dude.
No, like he literally wants me to move so that I'm closer to my friends up there. And he's like, just
Yeah.
think about it. When we go out, it's a lot shorter to get
It's
home.
way shorter.
We could get together more often. And I'm like, so you want me to buy a house in a more expensive place so that it's more convenient to hang out with me? Like, I don't.
Yeah.
So my answer was like, you going to pay the differential? And he's like, well, I'm just saying we know a lot of people in the construction world. And I'm like, he's a hard man to argue with.
He is a hard man to argue with. Great fucking dude, though. Love that guy. So the debate.
Yeah.
So
what was
in
the
the
debate?
pursuit of fame or fortune,
Oh.
where's the line?
Where's the
So
line?
I believe
Like when
that-
it becomes a problem.
I believe when it becomes a problem, is the same set of criteria that comes with addiction. When
All
it,
right, I'm in for the ride. Go
when
ahead.
when it affects the daily aspects of your life to a point
Yep.
where you are causing harm or being detrimental to the people around you, that's where the line is, in my opinion.
And that's exactly where I'm at. Is the minute that it becomes injurious to those around you and yourself.
You're
if
going
it's-
to
if it's-
need to float the
Yeah.
outstanding word choice. And that is a real word.
Yes, it is.
But I'm going to need you to look that up. And underneath it, when he says it, I need you to actually put
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
definition of injurious.
Yeah.
Outstanding word pull, though.
Look at you reaching deep into the zeitgeist.
Holy shit. that
Remember
was
when we talked about the
solid.
smartest guy in the show?
Yeah, right?
That was good.
I mean, I wrote professionally for several years, so I just haven't used the vocabulary.
Penthouse between 03 and 07.
The cartoon section.
Those butthole scarf cartoons.
I'm getting back into it. Actually, there's one published on Field Ethos with
Yeah,
my
you
name
just
as a
got one
byline.
Hey, I
published.
bought another knife.
Yeah.
You convinced me.
Yeah. No, the minute it negatively impacts those around you or your own well-being, that's the line. If you get up in the morning and you're like, fuck, I need to do all of this to make my life better, and that is a seriously negative impact to you, you need to reconsider where you are and what you're doing.
I totally
Because-
agree. And I think
And there's a difference between negatively impacting and putting a little additional stress in your life. There's a very fine difference between the two.
And I think a lot of that comes down to I am very lucky, and I'll just go ahead and say thank you now. I'm very lucky that I have a larger than normal pool of very good friends. I'm a very fortunate individual in that fact. My freedom friends here, the Big Jim, I have a pool of people.
And that's called wealthy.
And my wife. I mean,
Absolutely.
I have a partner that is.
It's very good that you're friends with your wife.
It's, you know what? It's a fucking perk.
That's the truth, man. God, can you imagine
But-
fucking hating your wife? Oh.
But having that group though will also it helps temper exactly what you just talked about, which is like when I went into my new venture, and there were some recordings I missed and stuff like that, but I had friends and my wife and stuff that was like, you're going. Like it doesn't like to come record the show, or you're going to hang out with your friends, or you're going to do this.
Yeah.
Jim actually called me one day and didn't invite me to go out. Was literally just like, you're going to be here at this time.
Yeah.
And then just hung up the phone. Like it wasn't an
Yeah.
invite or whatever. It was just I haven't seen you and I know you're not going out and just relaxing with your friends. So you have no choice. Here's what
Yeah.
you're fucking doing. And
We had lunch with him last week. The same thing. He's like,
he
we're
just,
doing lunch.
he doesn't
this
give you an
week.
option.
Yeah.
He just fucking tells you that that's what's
At
going to
least
happen.
you got more of a heads up than I did. Yeah, it's like we're doing lunch, and I'm like, cool. He's
Like-
like, yeah, by the way, we're meeting in 10 minutes.
But you have those that will ignore that too.
Yeah.
They become so obsessed. And it goes back to what you were saying about the addiction thing.
Yeah.
They become so obsessed that even with those around them going like, dude, you've got to pump the brakes. Like you've got to,
Mhm.
and they just go like, nope, fuck it. And they're just,
But it's hard for people to see that if they don't know the person personally. But the easiest way to recognize that with quote unquote influencers, social media people that gain massive followers very quickly, is they drop off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Right.
So-
So they burned everything to get to the point where they were at. And then all of a sudden, literally one day, they realized that there is nothing left in my life except for these 300,000 followers that I have no fucking idea who they are.
So that's where
and
I
if
was
you
going to
say
go.
one wrong thing,
You lose half.
they're all gone.
Yeah.
So that's where I was going to go. You two were talking about lustful after business and things like that, right? And when it fucking rolls over people. You're talking about grown-up fame or grown-up wealth, right? You're talking about an adult problem. Where I was going to go with was the juvenile one.
Yeah.
The TikTokers, the fucking influencers. That line. As soon as you start worrying about how many fucking likes your video got, that's a problem. As soon as that serotonin level isn't spiking because somebody liked your fucking video, you know, or when that serotonin is spiking so hardcore because you have 100 likes on a picture or whatever the fuck, that's where the fucking problem, the pursuit of fame and popularity and wealth, that's where the problem becomes a problem. That's what I think.
So
right?
are you saying that the pursuit of fame for fame's sake?
For fame? Well, because wealth comes with fame. Yes,
No.
it can.
It can, but no.
More often than not, it does.
Because there's TikTokers out there and Instagram people out there that are internet famous and then you actually dig into like how much they're actually worth, and it's like these motherfuckers make like
It's fucking Kimmy sitting right there, man.
so Kimmy has a respectable following. It is. It's like what, for better or worse, we'll just say 100K. Just because it ebbs and flows or whatever. So we'll just say 100K.
He offends
But
enough people that
Who's the other dude? Something the Stallion, the black dude.
Jordan Lee Stallion.
Huh?
Jordan Lee Stallion.
you shouldn't call Megan the Stallion a dude.
Jordan Lee Stallion.
Jordan Lee Stallion. So, and he's that one that's always does it in his bathroom, and he zooms into himself on his thing, and he stitches a lot of stuff or whatever. Incredibly popular on TikTok, massive amounts of followings, and this motherfucker still got a day job.
Sure.
Like, and I don't mean like he's got some high end day job. He's like an hourly employee somewhere.
Well, who's the dude who's the teacher who does like the shit that kids say when he like he basically just makes fun of his students all day?
I had
He's a teacher. You know he ain't making
that
shit.
super pale ginger dude with his dog that's like huge on TikTok came into my store a couple months ago, and I had to call him out. I was like, "You're the TikTok dude, right?" And he was like, "Yeah." And he lives in Austin, and he was down in town. He was just happened to be around, and he came into my game store and was walking around, and I was like, "Yeah." And I asked him, I was like, "Do you still like work?" Because he's a teacher too, and he was like, "Nope, still teaching." I was like, "The TikTok thing," and he was like, it's a side hustle. It makes me a little bit, but
Yeah.
I could not afford.
Well, I mean, look at Rich. A good friend of ours, fucking Rich High, Angry Cops.
That motherfucker could quit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think he could.
I think he could.
Oh no! Yeah,
Mikey,
he could.
Mikey, he could.
Yeah.
He could. I've done a lot of research on like
He
what it takes to make money. He's doing the right things to make money.
Could.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Well,
could.
Do you know why he doesn't? Because he's not a fucking idiot, and he's so close to pension and full retirement everywhere that if this internet thing implodes, he's still safe.
Yeah.
And we all know Rich. We could call him right fucking now,
Sure.
and he would answer the phone.
Yeah.
But he's also very smart.
But he's not an idiot.
No, not
Which
at
is
all.
why in his internet career he's evolved so much. He talked about it on our show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where every time a new medium has come along, he's had to transition. He's had to keep up. He's had to be smart about it.
Yeah, he was real mad that TikTok became a thing.
But you can't. But he also knows he can't give up the guarantee for where he's at because he could say one wrong thing.
Yep.
And it would be a joke. It would take in the wrong way. One person gets a hold of it and is able to spin it just right.
Oh God, it's happened to him
And it's
fucking
over.
multiple times. Unfortunately, he's always covered his ass because again, he's not stupid.
Right.
So-
But he's not dumb. But you're talking about somebody that actually, I also happen to know what he did for the military. So I know why he's not a fucking idiot. And no, I'm not going to go blow him up on here.
He was a drill sergeant.
Yes. He's a drill sergeant. That's all he's ever done.
Yeah.
So he's not an idiot and he knows how to handle that, which is
Sure.
why he's done so well. Another friend of the show, fucking look what happened to Evan. And that was on a bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I guarantee you, if you actually ran the numbers on what that cost them, it was in the millions.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Now, have they
Tens.
recovered?
Yeah.
Sure. But
But you think like the wealthiest people that we know, meaning like dollars in banks, wealthy.
Yeah.
Not like I'm happy and content with
Wealthy
my life
or
and everything's
rich?
going. So
Because there's a distinction.
there is, and in my opinion,
we have sat at a table with wealth.
that's what
And
I was going to
nobody
say.
knows who the fuck
That-
they
and that-
are.
and that's exactly what I was going to say. Wealth, being rich, is in my opinion, being rich is like when you see somebody that released an album in like the rap scene and they got like a couple $1 million and they have all these super flashy things to show off and they think they're rich.
There's a term for that I'm not ever going to use.
But then there's
But there is a term.
But
It's
then-
not from my community. It's from another community.
All right, pump your brakes. We got it.
but then there's wealth, right? And wealth is completely different. Wealth is not setting up for next week or next month or next year. It's setting up for
Generations.
the next generation
Yeah.
that your kids are going to have.
yeah.
Not to make sure your kids can go to college or blah blah blah.
sign
I
of
want my
wealth-
kids as kids to be okay.
When I have met wealthy people and they have talked about investment opportunities, and you go like, so what's the downside? And they're like, I lose it all. And it's like, and what happens? They were like,
Let's start over.
nothing. Like, I'm out that. And I write it off as a loss, and the loss actually ends up saving my tax liability for what I invested.
Yeah.
And you're like, That's wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the people that I personally know that have wealth, you would never know if you met them.
You and I have sat there and smoked cigars with a dude that put in
Yeah.
custom lighting that could change based on the color of the car in their garage. Because
Yep.
if they changed the car out,
Yeah.
there was certain colors that played with the car better.
Yep.
And you have never fucking heard of them. And have so many cars that they get stored by the supercar companies they own. And you have never heard their name.
I met the guy that supplies 65 trucks a week of broccoli into the United States.
He's such a nice fucking dude, though. I went to his office and talked to him
He's
because
a
I was
great fucking
I was going
guy.
to consult with
The
him.
amount of money that dude fucking has.
It's obscene. It's obscene.
Mhm.
And
But even like, look on the Hero Sports, the nonprofit side. Look at the ranches that we go to.
Yep.
Right, the opportunities that we're presented with on these fucking $50 to $100 million setups, and the people that are out there, like you're literally hanging out with the landowner who's worth fuck you money, and you're like, dude, like I just want to go drink with you. Like you are you're fun.
but the thing is that
Kim in Nebraska.
Oh, yeah.
With the greatest
With
basement
the
on the
helicopter.
planet. With the helicopter.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah. You'd
Kim
never
will-
know. Talking to that dude, you'd never fucking know
Now-
that he's fucking doing as well as he is.
Unless you're from Nebraska, and then most people don't like him. But that's because it's there's a lot of
I met
other
the guy.
reasons
I
why.
thought he was fucking awesome.
I've got
Yeah.
a friend that I
He
hang out
fired
with
me, so
weekly.
He fired you?
I've got a friend that I hang out with weekly, and he drives an F-150, and he is typically in jeans and a t-shirt or some flannel or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him the other day, and
That's
we
your
were
brother.
we were talking about.
Just described your brother.
I also just described myself. Like, I don't, but
I was just gonna say.
well, I drive an F-150. I'm wearing jeans and a flannel. You've got an F-250. I don't have your level of success. Okay, like that's a.
You almost fucking got one.
Must be fucking nice.
I never felt so uppity in my life because they brought me the truck to the business.
And the only reason he didn't is because the amount of shit he talked about F-250 drivers is the only reason he didn't buy it.
Do you know? Actually, do you know the only reason I didn't? They didn't offer me enough on my truck. That was the only reason I didn't do it. But
God.
no, I was
We
talking
have
to
like half a podcast, half a show of you just shitting on F-250 drivers.
That's why he's like, I think I'm looking. I don't know if I want to do the Platinum or the King Ranch. I'm like, King Ranch, bro. That brown interior is fucking sweet.
Those were F-150s. Thank you very much.
I was very confident that if Jazz did buy that truck, he was going to come here, sit down, not even pull his mic to his mouth and be like, all right, bring it on. Let's go ahead, get it all out now.
I wouldn't have even said anything.
Like,
I'd have parked, I'd have come in, done the show, and gone back out. And been like,
This is fair. God.
no, the 250 I looked at was only a Lariat. The King Ranch was an F-150.
Only.
But and I only looked at it for the tax benefits because it was over 6,000 pounds. That's the only reason I looked at it.
Yeah.
But I was talking to that guy, and we were sitting there, literally sitting outside on that back sidewalk of my business, smoking cigars.
That's why realtors drive Escalades.
And they're
over
not;
six-
those actually aren't heavy enough.
Or what, what,
G-Wagons.
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 Yeah.
That's what it is.
So, and we were sitting there talking, and we were talking about the projection of success and da 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 da. And he said, I set a point of success for myself, and I knew once I got there, I was good enough. And I was like, what was that projection of success? And he said, I stopped asking for price tags. And I was like, yep, nope, that's
So
a fucking good margin when you no longer have to go,
No.
how much is this?
Well, it's like that famous story of Jim Carrey where he wrote himself the $1 million check.
I don't know if that's real.
He fucking, well, I mean, he claims it's real, but I mean, it's a thing. And
I'm
he
gonna
dated it.
temper anybody against believing a professional actor and how
Very true.
genuine the
Yeah.
story they just told you is.
Absolutely.
My personal goal is to be able to wake up, and if I decide I want to go to Fiji, then I can go to Fiji. And it's not about financially being able to go there. It's about having everything else that I have going on in my life still be able to function and run.
Yep.
While still creating income for myself and being able to wake up and make that decision. So it's not like, because I mean, I have a credit card right now that I can be like, I'm going to go to fucking Fiji. This is going to be the fucking coolest thing in the world. but that's not.
You'll be paying for it
that's
for the
not
next
it.
6 years.
You know, and that's not it. You know, like, and it's not about like it's not a dollar amount that's in my bank account. It's not, because it's that's an experience. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not. It doesn't have to be like, well, I need to wait till I have, you know, $150,000 and then I can do blah blah blah. No, because that has nothing to do with anything else. Is everything else still functional? Is everything else still running?
Yeah, and I just don't want to. I don't want to have a level of success, and I guess this is where I'm saying, like, this is where it gets poisonous on the pursuit of wealth or fame or whatever. I don't ever want to have to look back at the decisions I made and have to justify them because of the result. Like, if I have to look at it and go like, yeah, I know that person doesn't talk to me anymore, but I mean, hey, look at this house. Like, that's when I think people lose it, is they look at it and they go like, I was willing to burn everything to have this thing. And it's like, yeah, but when was the last time you slept? When was...
No.
Or slept peacefully.
And you have all this space, but was it the Christmas I just had where everybody that walked through my door gave me a hug? Everybody said, love you, buddy. Merry Christmas. Like, it was, you know, did it hurt that I didn't have Mikey there? Is that where I want my success? Where I can go like, it didn't hurt that nobody was there because nobody wants to fucking talk to me anyways. Like, I don't, and that's, I guess, where maybe it's a self-tempering thing on it, and other people just don't give a fuck. They're cool with just being alone because their bank account has a certain amount of zeros in it, like you put it. And I think that's the difference, is there's nothing wrong with pursuing success or pursuing fame. But if it's just you, and, you know, it's like, well, yeah, I'm successful, but I'm on my 5th marriage and I've got no fucking friends, and there's all these people that I knew when I started that now just shit talk me because they knew what I did to get there. Are you really successful, or are you just really parasitic? Like, there's a lot of successful tapeworms out there, but I don't know if anybody's going to want to fucking write a book about it. Like,
I could use a tapeworm. Like, just give me can I get like a couple months and then like you can get rid of it?
But that's my New Year's resolution. It's tapeworms for everybody.
Fuck, bro. You know how we can get rich? That's the next fucking.
That's a new diet fad.
That's it.
Just tapeworms.
We just hand out tapeworms. We take them back after a couple months.
One of the best things I ever saw was like, all they had to change the word was from snake to essential, and you're still buying the oil.
That's fucking funny.
But seriously, like, how do we get like
undercooked pork? Like, that's how you get worm. That's how you get tapeworms, right? Some shitty water. I don't know.
It's like that fucking colon cleanse bullshit that's been going around.
Fucking colon
just
broom.
Drink this fucking Nicaraguan water. You'll be fine.
Right? Like, I love the ads that are like, it's TikToks that are ads, and they're, I couldn't believe my friend lost 46 pounds with this drink, so I did it myself.
I almost deleted TikTok 2 days ago because this dude that I did watch that was like, shit, I wish I knew I knew before my 30s. And it was pretty basic shit, like, my iron has a steam function, shit like that. But then it came out to be like, but electric cars don't need an oil change. And I was like, I'm going to delete this fucking app. Like, what battery operated fucking anything do you have ever done an oil change on? Like, I was like, none of this is funny enough. I'm not entertained enough by this app to deal with this level of idiocy.
And that's where the fucking line.
There's the line. They have given up
That's your
all
line.
in fucking integrity in order just to chase fucking fame.
Yeah, that's the line.
Yeah.
And I think that goes from any level of, like, going towards any level of wealth. That's the line. The second that you sacrifice integrity,
Yep. And it goes back to what you just said.
that's the line.
You have a credit card that could take you to Fiji.
Yeah.
The problem is you are not responsible for just you. You have you and your business partner and your employees and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you could fuck off to Fiji.
Yep. See you. Peace. Thanks. It's gonna be a great trip.
But
Wait.
oh fuck! I just fucked everybody.
Now
My
what?
bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and that's that's it right there. It's
It's like we all talked about, like, if we won the lottery, if one of us won the lottery, we wouldn't tell anybody, but there would be signs. There would be signs.
Yeah, like we'd be recording this from a tank
In Fiji.
with a battleship parked outside.
The USS fuck off.
USS Fuckboys.
I don't know how we write it with inflection so it doesn't just look like it's the Epstein 2.0. Yeah, we figure it out.
Dude, I forgot to tell you guys, a buddy of mine visited Epstein's Island last week.
What?
You have to put context first.
First of all, he's an active duty guy. So he's
That's
still,
not
he's
making
still,
it better.
Hear me out. He's on active duty, took leave.
Let me guess. He was on government orders too, right?
No. He's on leave. He's on leave. Went down to the Virgin Islands. He didn't specifically go there to go to that island. But as he was going by, he was like, hey, wait a minute. It's sure as fuck. He was like, let's just park for a minute. Just so I can say it. So he stood on the beach and was like, I feel fucking gross. I'm out of here. Got back on the boat and went back. When he visited it. He sent a couple Snapchats.
Yeah. I would have started a small fire before I left.
Hey, bro, guess where I'm at? I feel gross. That type of shit. I was like, get the fuck out of here. This fucking clown.
Yeah.
God. Yeah. So I guess that's really what it is, man. It's when integrity becomes the check, right? I think that's the problem I think is that fame and popularity and wealth is coming at a younger and younger age every fucking generation.
It's not, man. It's not. Look at Shirley Temple or Macaulay Culkin or any of these ones that were fucking children.
There was onesies and twosies though.
There's
now-
still we're talking
nowadays-
about sub-percentile fame of the young.
Sure, but it's more in your face.
Nowadays, it comes
Much more in your
to
face.
the ease of information.
Yeah. You know, it will, or it's easier to become that popular.
There's more channels. There's more opportunities for it to happen.
Yeah. Well, the term
Right,
viral was never a thing when Shirley Temple was rocking
you were
around,
just-
right?
you were
She was
just-
viral if you wanted to technically put it in
It's what it was. It's
situation.
just now we have a better buzzword
Back
for
in
it,
the
right?
80s
Sure.
and 90s, you were just a Disney kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Or you were a Mouseketeer.
Yeah,
Which
sure.
made I don't know how many fucking careers. I mean, you go look at half the boy bands, all of the pop singers, all of them. They were
Yeah.
all Disney kids. They
Yeah.
were all
Oh, yeah.
Mouseketeers, and then they became
Timberlake,
something later.
Britney, Christina Aguilera.
All of them Mouseketeers.
Yeah.
And Disney cranked, and we still have it. You still look at the Selena Gomez and all the ones that are out there. They were all fucking Disney kids.
Sure.
They all got parlayed into careers after that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And it's the blood diamond check.
Yeah.
Yep, you've got a big ass rock. And how many people had to die for you to have it? And it's that same thing. And people go like, I'd never buy a blood diamond. No. But you burn everybody around you for the capital. It's the same fucking thing.
What did Ricky Gervais say?
I don't give a fuck.
When he was shitting on all the celebrities, at the Golden Globes a couple
Oh,
years
that
ago.
if
ISIS started a
started
fucking-
a streaming channel, you'd all call your agents.
Yeah, and that's what it is. That's the fucking line. And if anything, it just shows how fucking toxic fame is, you know, and being popular.
The problem I had with that
toxic.
statement is that it's really convenient when he has gone to anybody that was willing to put his shit on the internet.
Sure.
Anybody that was willing to publish him or cast him or do anything, he would absolutely go there.
Oh, don't get me wrong. It's a celebrity as a celebrity does, right? Like, I mean, they're just like politicians. Like, they get a fucking taste of it, and
Man, so my grandmother was at dinner last night.
Fucking awesome human being.
I love Chris.
She's awesome. She's great, right?
I heard she shit all over Mal for a minute.
So no one is safe from Chris.
Nobody.
But she was sitting there and she was asking about, and she's curious, right? Because I had a bunch of people at my house that she didn't know who they were. And so she wanted to know how they all met her grandson. And she asked the question. And John goes like, a couple years back, I moved here with the cigar industry. And my grandmother goes like, yeah, Jazz is da-da-da. So I met him then. And then we started the podcast and da-da-da-da.
Oh,
And she goes, well, what's the podcast about?
Fucking
And
foot in
I
mouth.
was from the other side. And well, she misunderstood me.
He's like, no.
Well, because I literally said, I was like, it's nothing you need to worry about. And she was like, I don't know how to do any of that, so I don't really care. And then she came to me, was like, I want you to understand. I was like, no, it's not. I think if you found podcasts you like, I think you'd love them. You just don't need to listen to anything that I put out. Like, it just doesn't. But she's sitting there and I'm sitting there, Dave's sitting there and whatever. And my grandmother goes like, I think anybody that starts that kind of thing only does it because they like to listen to themselves talk. And I was like,
Yep. my favorite line
Yes.
from this lady, for the entire evening, and we had a lot of conversations about a lot of different things. My fucking favorite line was, that kind of sounds like people in the 60s when they say they remember what the 60s were about. They weren't really fucking there.
and I was just like, and I literally was like, Grandma, that sounds like you did a lot of hard drugs in the 60s. And she just like, just going to say if the opportunity presented itself, there wasn't anything I was willing to say no to. And I was like,
I love you.
I was like,
Is this maternal or
my
fraternal?
maternal grandmother, fucking legend.
The nicest
apparently.
fucking lady talking about the fur that she had
Yep.
because she got it from the rodeo and the
Yep.
whole nine, like just the sweetest Texas lady.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about all
Walked
these
around,
fucking
went and found my
hardcore
silverware
drugs.
drawer so she could put flatware in all the places and whatever, and then was talking about how she was just blasted for the entire decade of the 60s. And I'm sitting there doing the math in my head going like, all your kids were like 6. Like, what the fuck?
Is this the one I met?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Pris.
Yeah, the 6'1", 80-year-old blonde woman still walking around.
100
Yeah.
pounds soaking
Yeah.
wet.
Does she drive like a vet?
Yep. Drives a bright yellow Corvette. And, Yep.
Yeah. The lady, like I told you when I was like, that lady's gangster. She's a thug, man.
You meet her and you understand why they were married for 50 years. And I'm like,
Duh.
yep.
I remember last Christmas she was talking about the new handbag that she got at the rodeo because she's like, the other one, I just didn't like it. And we were at the rodeo and I saw this one and I was like, yeah, that's my new purse. Yeah. She's just happy, doesn't care, wants to talk to everybody.
Well, so my grandfather is actually one of the metrics that I use for success. So this is a man that stepped foot on all 7 continents, traveled the world, provided a wonderful life for his wife. What he was passionate about, there was not price tags. It was just whatever. So their home, which again, lustful items.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother knows I want that house. Like,
I think you've actually talked about that on the show before.
Yeah.
I've actually been, at this point, I've been told by 2 of her 3 kids that she is very aware I want that home and there's a reason she hasn't moved out. So, but it's the family home. Like, I want to maintain the heritage of this house.
Sure.
But it's a completely custom home. That man paid it off in 9 years. It was an anniversary gift one year that he literally was like, because he was going to have his cancer surgery. And he was like, if I don't get off the table, I don't want you to worry about anything. Here is the deed to the home. And it was done. Like, owned the house clear. And I was like, and
Gangster.
yeah. I mean, that's just a gangster move, right?
That's gangster as fuck.
Like, he's got a custom dog run on the side of his house, and his dogs always had 2-room dog houses outside in case it was raining, so they could actually like get into the second room, so there was no way for water to get in there and shit like that. I'm like, that's the kind of shit that's like, you give a shit.
Yeah.
And what you care about, that's all that matters. There's a reason there's a fucking 3-sided wet bar in the middle of their home that's designed to put a bartender in for parties. Like, it's just, and she's carried that on, and she's a classy woman. And I love the fact that she still comes to the holidays. And as far as conversation is concerned, you cannot be in a room with that woman and she doesn't own it. Like, that's,
yeah.
It's over. And
like, I met her on your birthday.
yeah, she's incredible.
Yeah.
She's incredible to be around. And my grandfather was the same way. And he's one of the huge metrics I have for success. And it wasn't that it was all flash and circumstance or whatever. He owned a Ford F-100 he bought new in 1972. And he owned that thing until he was too old to drive it.
Yeah.
Like, that is, he didn't give a fuck what you thought. It worked for him. And that was it. And his success was literally measured by the mark he left on his world.
Yeah.
And it paid well for him.
There's actually a TikTok I saw that I was semi impressed with because it was one of the only ones that I could fully agree with that was like had meaning to it, not just the funny ones, you know.
Sure.
And it said, retire your parents. That's a sign
Yeah.
of real wealth.
Oh no, I agree with that.
You know,
And
and
I think deep down, every one of us always wanted that too.
Yeah.
Fuck
Like
yeah.
everybody does. You know, fuck them. like that was the thing. Like, I remember when I was a little kid and I would watch my mom struggle. Right, I watched their struggle. I knew it was a problem. All right, and part of the reason why I did nefarious shit during high school, you know, is because of that struggle. Right, and my goal was someday you're not gonna have to worry about this anymore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure of that. I mean, granted, I didn't get that chance because everybody passed away before I got the chance to do anything. Right. Here's the thing. Maybe it would have motivated me. Maybe it would have. You know. Maybe I lost a form of motivation.
That's why you're a piece of shit.
Maybe, honestly, like
I
maybe,
don't know, fucker. Fuck these kids.
maybe
Fucking-
it motivated me to because I didn't have to worry about them. And now that I have children, I do have to worry about things. I'm responsible for other things. It's a different kind of motivation.
you're a part of something that's bigger than you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, and
I can't wait for your kids to retire you.
fuck. John will. I already told him I want to go in a home. I'm stoked to go in a home. Have you seen the fucking homes these days?
Yeah.
There's like happy hour and shit. It's like party central. Fucking dude, old folks' homes are
Do you
the
know how
shit now.
weird homes are going to be when our generation starts
Fuck
going
yeah,
into
dude.
them? And it's just like,
gonna be a blast. Are you kidding me? It's gonna be this.
And Tuesday
Like,
night's a rave night.
It's gonna be like this shit. Like we're gonna have like
all
fucking
retirement homes are just like, welcome to Alpha Beta Retirement Home. You're
Yeah.
fucking- it's just
playing Sandstorm
fucking
and shit.
two-turn Tony comes out.
Everybody's out there like fucking 90-year-old ladies trying to twerk and shit. It's gonna be hilarious.
Oh
the
Jesus
one that's
Christ!
still trying
Ethel
to keep
broke
the-
a hip.
You got the one that's still trying to keep the OnlyFans alive.
Right? And doing well, just gumming dudes in the fucking parking lots.
You ever done a Spectrum Silver shot? It's Beefeater and 1,200 milligrams of zinc.
We're doing geriatric lines, boys. Get in on this.
Oh, fuck. What are you guys doing in here? Geritol? You want in on it?
With a hint of Viagra.
Just enough to not pee on my shoes.
I don't know if I can do it. Don't worry about it. Here's some Lipitor. You're fine. Oh, God damn it. Anyways, I think the integrity point is the fucking main point of what we talked about. Like, share, subscribe, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. It's brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO. That's going to that sweet 15% off. OWellness.us for all those CBD treats and needs. Go over there. Use that code FreedomFriends25. That gets you a quarter off your order there.
They just got restocked on freeze gel.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then they are working on a new and improved freeze gel that will be coming out. I'm not exactly sure when it's coming out, but
I just hope it doesn't fuck up the freeze gel.
Oh
That's
no,
there.
No,
no,
it's
it's gonna fuck
it's
you
just
up.
gonna be twice as
2,000
potent.
milligrams.
Dude, I'm into it.
Right? That's when I get told that, I was just like, oh.
By the way, wellness. I was plugging your ass at my fucking Christmas party. So
And
just
of
saying.
course, IC Tech Coolers. Go over there, ictech.com for those who get it. Use that code FreedomFriends10. That gets you 10% off. Otherwise, boys,
real quick. We had some
what?
listeners have a question about Jazz's new show, so I just wanted to.
This week. It is publishing this week. It will be live on Spotify and Apple and all that stuff. It is called Warhammered. I'll make sure that Justin gets the link for where it's going. We'll put it in the Facebook page or whatever. But
Yeah,
it is
absolutely.
going live this week. And I think we're going to go ahead and go live with the first 4 episodes all in one shot. So we're just going to
just fucking brain dump it.
Just dump it.
we're just going to go. So it'll have a little bit of a backlog before we have to go from there. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Fucking A, man. Fucking A. Like, share, subscribe, smash those buttons. I'm gonna raise my glass. Say thanks for being my freedom friend,
It's empty.
boys. Cheers, cheers.
You good? Okay. You good?
I'm good.
Are you good?
Yeah.
3 little things. Not hard to do. John, hit him with the first.
Smoke on.
Dave, the thing you did 10 years ago.
Drink on.
And God damn it, kids,
Don't fuck your buddy.
don't do that. But freedom the fuck on. Later.